Hello, my name is Zanempilo Hlatshwayo, and I am your Miss Spectacular Teen South Africa 2025. I am a strong advocate for community empowerment, and today I am at the KJ Real Talk Show.
Sanbonani Molweni Apsheni Lochani. Hello everybody, it is the one and the only AMAHLE Songo, and welcome back guys to the KJ Talk Show. And today we have a queen, okay? We have our spectacular teen Zanempilo. I'll let her introduce herself. How are you, love?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. We're so honored to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So introduce yourself. Who are you? Who's Zanempilo behind the title? You know, how did you get there?
So my name is Zanempilo Hlatshwayo, your Miss Spectacular Teen South Africa 2025.
Period.
And I am a strong advocate for community empowerment. So in order for me to obtain this title, I went through the Miss Teen Grand South Africa organization. And obviously through hard work and extreme dedication, I was able to obtain this title, and I'm so grateful that they trusted me with it.
Absolutely. That's such an amazing story. Okay, so we're gonna have an icebreaker question.
Okay.
Right, before we begin, so you can warm up and all of that.
Yes.
So we all know that she's going, guys, to Dominican Republic in September. So if you could pack one thing in your suitcase for Punta Cana, is it Punta Cana, ne? That represents your passion for community empowerment, what would it be and why?
This is actually a good question.
Right?
So if I were to pack one thing with me for community empowerment, it would definitely be, I would say, my laptop. And this is probably a weird answer, but
Let's get to know why.
through my advocacy of community empowerment, I focus mainly on the youth. And in doing that, I focus on giving the youth, you know, the access to education. So a laptop would be the most convenient thing to do because as I take and see kids that are in need or need help into getting into the education system, the first thing I do is I get on my laptop, I check what I can do, for example, helping through university applications, as I am in matric, so I can relate with many matriculants that are struggling out there to get access to education. So I have been working with foundations as well to help people to apply to universities, and I've been doing that with my laptop. So
that's amazing. This is such an amazing story. And when you're touching on you want to help the youth with a lot of things like education. So what inspired that? Like, what made you come up with that advocacy of education? I think it has a deeper meaning more than that.
Definitely. So in primary, I've always had the heart of wanting to help. It's just I've
just
been born
in
with
you.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
So in primary and throughout the years, I've been seeing many people that are very close to me that struggle, and I got to see these struggles through schools. And obviously, the older I get, the more I see that, you know, education, especially in South Africa, is one important thing. I think it's very important for someone to have education in their lives. So through that, I was able to, you know, identify the gap that's in this economy. And I thought, you know what, if I take the little steps to at least try to help people that are around my age that I can relate with, then I can get many people to join in on that movement. Yes.
Spoke like a queen, guys. Period. I love that. I love your advocacy. So, as a 16-year-old advocate for community empowerment, what sparked your passion? Okay, I think I asked this question. Oh, I did. Okay. So, you've emphasized the importance of access to basic needs and education for youth.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on why you think these are crucial for building a better nation? And what initiatives would you like to see implemented to address these issues?
Okay, so we live in a democratic country, obviously, where everyone has equal rights. So within that, I believe it's very important that when someone has equality, they also have equal opportunities. So if someone doesn't have basic needs like education, a place to live, no one that's giving them hope, then they already are a step behind on getting equal opportunities as those that are educated. So in that way, I thought it's very important for us to obviously help each other and strengthen on this advocacy and help people and give them hope. So in doing so, I have been working with a foundation, Bonamelo Melisizwe Foundation, which is an NPO, which also focuses on community empowerment.
Yes.
And also through the title of Miss Spectacular, I've been donating to many places and trying to stay consistent, not just saying that I'll donate and I'll do this and do that and not putting action behind it, actually being consistent and trying to at least do some sort of community work at least once a month. Yes.
We see that. We see it through your work. You don't have, your work speaks for itself. So when you did speak about, you did touch on us helping each other, like getting into systems like education, right? So obviously there are other people who cannot afford education, and sometimes also their mental health is compromised in the situation. So how can we now implement such programs, maybe in schools or wheresoever, to help these people strengthen themselves mentally so that they're able to also focus in areas like that?
So through, for example, the applications in university, it's also crucial to look into someone's background so that you know whether they're able to afford education or not. So me, and specifically my mom, I'm very grateful to have her in my life. We've been working with applying to NSFAS as well to make sure that there is at least some sort of backup with paying for education. And also, most importantly, in schools, I do advocate or push people around my age to talk to counselors or to teachers. And if they don't feel comfortable enough to do that with teachers, to at least talk to someone who's around their age that they can really trust with information, because you never know, someone could really relate with you and you could be going through the same things, and then you can make a best friend out of someone you thought would never be your friend.
Yeah. That's true. Oh. Goosebumps. Anyways, as the Miss Spectacular Teen South Africa title holder, how do you plan to leverage this platform to inspire others to join the movement of empowering youth and building a better nation?
So the first step in doing that is through showing consistency. And I would do this through posting on Instagram, social media. I think people are able to view your posts, feel inspired, and actually when they see someone who is 17 now with a crown, and I'm so young, you could sit and think, you know what, this is possible.
This is possible,
You can also do it, sitting and watching what I post on Instagram, most importantly. So through doing that, I feel I could inspire people to join in on the movement. And also through doing live series, talk shows, where people can understand and try to relate with me and, hopefully gain in and try joining in the movement.
That's amazing. So you have live series. Okay, yes, you do. So why do you have live series? Like, did you have like a certain experience that you had for you to start having series? Maybe, as you're saying, you want people to get inspired through your work. So maybe is there like a deeper meaning to why you have the live series?
So with the live series, I found it was actually one day where a mom in my modeling agency, so I just tried out a live one day, and a mom in my modeling agency said, I sat and I watched you, and my child was able to, feel inspired and, think that they can also do and take the steps that I've done to also obtain a title, so that they could push their advocacy. So then I thought, something that is so little in my head, where I think that I'm just doing a small, short live, nothing too serious, where I just explain the type of person that I am. And then after seeing that it had such an impact on someone, I felt inspired that, what, I need to have a series of my own, which is Shifting Boundaries now. It will start soon because I did take a break on it. But I will go back and start with lives and interview most pageant girls as well, where I can relate with them.
That's amazing. Yes. All the best on that journey,
Thank
love.
You.
So how do you balance your advocacy work with your academic responsibilities? As you said, you're in matric.
Yes.
And what advice would you give to young people who want to make a difference but struggle to find the time?
So I won't even lie or try paint a simple picture out there, but it gets so difficult sometimes trying to maintain, the modeling life and trying to maintain academics as well.
True.
But the most important thing is you need to remember why you are doing what you're doing. If you don't know your why, then you won't have a sense of direction. So I know that I am really passionate about helping people. And most importantly, this is something I've worked very hard for. So when I remember that, I know that, okay, I have, the power or the ambition behind me to make sure that I do well in the modeling side, because I know it's something I've worked really hard for.
Yes.
And it's also a space where I can feel like myself fully. And then with academics, I know that my parents have worked extremely hard to get me where I need to be. So it reminds me that, what, I may be tired today, but I have to keep on working.
Oh, yes. Are you guys listening? Guys, I love it. I love your articulation. Like you are so it's so genuine. I love it. So you've mentioned the importance of collaboration and empowering each other.
Yes.
Can you share an example of a successful partnership or initiative you've been part of and what you learned from that experience?
So as I've mentioned earlier, I do work with Bonamelo Melisizwe Foundation. So they had a project where the founder, the director of this foundation was doing university applications, obviously. So through doing that, I was able to come in and also help him on the day. And I got to talk to many people on that day. And the one thing I learned is most people that are in situations where they need help, it's not that they don't know how to say they need help. It's just they haven't found opportunities that will give them the opportunity to speak to people about their struggles. So the one thing I learned is sometimes checking in on people is the best thing to do to actually know whether they're struggling or not, and not just expecting someone to come to you and tell you what their problems are.
Girl, you are Emma's Teen Spectacular for real. Please.
Please, thank you.
I love it. I love it. So how did you go about... Actually, shout out to Bonamelo Melisizwe.
Yeah.
Okay, you
They've
are doing
really helped
the
me.
best. Yes. So, okay, what did I want to ask? You know what? I'll come back to it. Representing South Africa on an international stage can be both exciting and challenging.
Yes.
How do you plan to showcase your country's unique strengths and culture heritage while competing in Punta Cana? Ooh, Sana.
So there is a lot to South Africa and there's a lot to show. But the one thing I really want to highlight on is the unity that we have and the diversity that South Africa has. So at any opportunities, like with my outfits as well, it would be bright, colorful, just to kind of highlight, the diversity, the rainbow nation that South Africa has.
Absolutely.
So hopefully, I hope that I get to send that message through when I am at the Dominican Republic.
Absolutely. Well, we are rooting for you, girl.
Yes.
We are rooting for you. So, what do you hope? This is the last. Oh my God, this is the last question.
Oh
Girl, no. I was enjoying this, okay? So, what do you hope to achieve or gain from your experience in Punta Cana, both personally and in terms of advocacy work? And how do you plan to use this experience to further inspire other young women in South Africa?
Okay, so with going to Punta Cana, I obviously want to gain experience. That's the first thing that I do want to gain and have the opportunity to see somewhere that's new, you know. And with going there, I also want to get people internationally to join in on the movement of helping, you know, community empowerment. Because I believe if we can just work with each other, community to community, then we can build a better nation.
Absolutely.
And personally, I want to gain more confidence, you know, because this title, Miss Spectacular, has helped me a lot because I go from a background of not being the most confident girl out there. And now I can look back and at least say that I'm really confident in myself. But as I go international, I hope I can build on that confidence. And through strengthening my advocacy, the more that I see people being inspired, the more I see that I'm actually doing something to someone out there, then the more it gives me, you know, the ambition and the fire in me to just continue working hard and doing what I'm doing and staying consistent with what I'm doing. Yes.
This girl, guys, I just, girl, I just love that. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for honoring the invite and coming. We are honored to have you. So can you please give your last words to people who are looking? You know, just give your advice.
So the advice I do want to give to people that are watching this podcast is please make sure you stay consistent. Make sure that you put action behind your words. Don't just say you're going to do something for the mere fact of looking good. Make sure that you know, believe in yourself firstly and continue working hard. Through hard work, you are definitely going to get there. Some days won't always be, you know, sunshine and rainbows. You're going to go through hardships, many of them. But please make sure that you hold on and continue working.
Woo! Yes. And that is it from your Miss Spectacular teen. Mwah!